second alarm. Chief, can you tell me essentially what you saw upon arrival?
On arrival at the fire on the second alarm in the rear of the building, I found that one building was almost totally engaged in fire and threatening an exposed empty building. Immediately we put 3 engine companies to work in the rear of the building, engine 11, engine 15, and 2 truck companies. We entered the exposed building, pulled the ceilings, knocked off, examined the building, and used a hose line off the roof on the fire building itself to contain the fire from getting into the exposed building.
Chief, did you have any problems with your water or with your ladder with any of your companies?
We didn't have any problems. We tried to get over the back fence of the building in the rear. We found that there's attack dogs loose running all over the area back here. We couldn't get in. So we had to make another attack and go back down the street.
Okay, Chief, thank you very much.
All right.
Now we'll be with Captain Smith, Engine Company 13. Captain Smith, what was your position on this response to the fire?
We were second to engine company at a second alarm.
Okay, upon arrival, what did you see and what did you do?
The building was flooded while we were responding down third end to the Florida highway. We took the hydrant, we stepped 5 feet from the hydrant, and the hydrant away. We used our deck pipe off the roof of the tank, and we took 500 gallons of petroleum while we were waiting for the water. We went historical, fire, and the water on the fire.
Did you encounter any special problems with water or with traffic or with anything like that?
This particular fire we had no problem.
Okay, thank you, Captain Smith. Acting Chief McGovern. Chief McGovern was the 1st 2 Battalion Chief on this fire. Chief, could you tell us what you found upon arrival?
We had one 3-story frame fully involved, threatening a second 3-story frame on all floors. And on arrival, we had a squirt coming into the rear of the fire. Went to work at the rear of the fire where there was heavy fire conditions. The first 2 engine, or second 2 engine was called into the front of the building and put their deck pipe to work. They took him and a feed with two feed lines and started letting down the front of the building. The first 2 truck took the exposure building to the roof to ventilate to keep the fire from spreading across the cockpit there, which was effective and did do it.
Okay, what did you see that indicated the need for a second alarm at this fire?
Well, on arrival, no water being applied, there was no engine companies on the scene. It was heavily threatening a second 3-story frame. And from experience, you need those additional lines in the exposure building, and the only way to get it is with the additional power for the second alarm.
Okay, once we got the second alarm in place, how were they used, or what did they do?
The second alarm, the first alarm companies were mainly concerned with water supply with the main fire building, knocking down the heavy volume of fire. The second alarm companies were utilized in the exposure with hand lines on the 2nd and 3rd floors to try and prevent any further spread of fire.
Okay, Chief, are there any other problems that you can think of at this point?
Well, we had a major problem trying to get the police. Firefighters were in jeopardy of being hit with cars trying to work and keep your eye on traffic. It's very difficult. This is a major highway, and we had very little police control. To this point, I still don't see any police on the scene.
Okay, the acting chief is indicating that at this point, the fire has long been under control, and police are still not on the scene to control traffic. So therefore, we are at this point in some jeopardy. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Truck company number 6. Captain Grandy, how will you do on this alarm?
Came in on the second alarm.
Captain Grandy's company came in on the second alarm. What were you ordered to do?
We weren't ordered to do anything. We positioned ourselves in front of the fire building, got a supply from Enter 13, operated the squirt.
Okay, did you have any problems with this particular fire?
No problems at all.
Okay, Captain, thank you very much. We'll be with Captain John Anstis from truck company number 2. Captain Anstis, how will you do on this alarm?
First 2.
Okay, upon arrival, what conditions were existing at the time?
Boy, you had heavy fire in the second building from the corner, extending to the one on the left-hand side, and it was heavy smoke condition on all 3 floors.
Okay, initially, what were your actions at this fire?
To get the exposure building ladder to get a line into the window or something like that to prevent it from extending.
Okay, as the fire went along, did you encounter any problems in fulfilling what you decided to do?
No.
Okay. Did you you encounter any additional problems in water supply for the line that you stretched?
Well, Engine 9 was operating the line that was stretched, so it was their work.
Okay, essentially you
already
overhauled.
assisted them in getting the ladder up and helping to get the line to the roof. We didn't overhaul until the fire was completely knocked down.
Okay, Captain. And so did you have any problem with ventilation of this fire?
No, it was self-vented.
Okay, thank you very much. Saccone from engine company number 4. Captain Saccone, how were you due on this alarm?
We were second due.
Okay, what did you do at this fire?
First thing we observed was a large body of fire. So we hooked up to a hydrant nearest the fire. From there, we stretched our line in front of the fire building and used our deck pipe on the main fire building. And also we covered the exposure with a 2.5-inch line on the facing the north side of the building.
Okay, how many supply lines did you lay from the hydrant?
We laid 2 supply lines from the hydrant, which engine 15 pumped for us.
Okay, where did you lay the lines from? The corner of
I would be Mount Pleasant Avenue and
4th Avenue?
4th Avenue.
Oh, okay. Did you have any problem getting the supply? Did you have any delay between using your deck gun and getting the supply line?
No problem whatsoever.
Okay, was the water adequate to cover the deck gun and the 2.5-inch line?
Yes, it was.
Okay. After the fire was knocked down, did you go beyond using the 2.5-inch line?
Well, we used both lines simultaneously, actually. We used our 2.5-inch, and we also, matter of fact, we used reducing tips. We had an 1.8-inch nozzle. After, we had the fire letting it down for, like, say, a prolonged period of time. We shut one line down, we used an 1-inch tip nozzle, which gives you a better reach.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain.